I'm not indifferent to people suffering because I know it's hard to be everybody. We blacks, we just got our first big holiday in a long time. Happy belated Juneteenth to the blacks. Juneteenth is a strange holiday, isn't it? It commemorates when black people in Texarkana area of the country first found out they were free. But remember, they were free when they found out. They just didn't know it yet. Very, very interesting holiday. You know, I learned something. This is a wild story. I learned this past Juneteenth of a story that's true, and there was a black man who was in South Carolina during slavery who somehow got granted his freedom by his so-called master. And when his master granted him the freedom, he also gave him a plot of land. Now, it turns out this brother was brilliant. He had a good eye, a good knack for farming, and he farmed this plot of land very successfully and made a lot of money. And this is where the story gets crazy. When he got all that money, this nigga bought some slaves. Have you ever heard this before? This is a true story. Not only was he a slave owner, he became a slave breeder and employed tactics that were so cruel, even white slave owners were like, yo, my man. He was a wild dude, but he did it just because that's what successful people did at the time, and he just wanted to be down. What a fucking tragedy. How can a person that went through slavery perpetrate the same evil on a person that looks just like him? It's mind-blowing. And, shockingly, they're making a movie about him. Ironically, it's called Space Juice. Space Juice. The point of that story is this person was invested in a construct. That was the construct of successful people, and he just followed the roadmap of successful people. He followed what they call an incentive. Now, everyone struggles, but I'm very invested in the gender construct, personally, because I'm a man with kids and a wife, and I like that warm, wet, soft pussy that my wife has. This does not mean that I feel like another point of view can't exist. I was doing a nightclub in Oakland 16 years ago, and this is the first time that the trans community ever got mad at me that I knew about. And I was nobody. I just quit Chappelle's show. It was like a nothing, hole-in-the-wall club, and I was doing some transgender jokes in Oakland. It was 16 years ago. My pronoun game was not as nice as it is today. I went too far. I said things like tranny and shit. I didn't know these words were bad, and a woman stood up and just gave me the business. Started screaming at me, and I'm sure it was a woman, but she kept calling me transphobic and all this shit. I'd never even heard these words before. It's really weird. I didn't trip. I just gave security the look like, you know, get that bitch out of here. I kept it moving. And then she went to the press, and the next day, one of the gay papers wrote all the same things she had said to me about me in the paper. Misquoted the jokes and was calling me transphobic. And again, all these words, I'd never heard them before, but every time that I talked with anybody from that community since, they always repeat the talking points from that article. My least favorite of which being, and I hate this phrase, they say I was punching down on them. Punching down. The fuck does that mean? Now fast forward, it's 2019. I'm in a restaurant in Ohio, a very nice restaurant. It's Thanksgiving week. And to be honest, it's not a very nice restaurant, but it's a nice restaurant if you're a white person from Ohio that's never been anywhere before. Picture Chili's. I'm sitting in the bar, I'm having a drink by myself, and the only other person in the bar is a woman, a couple stools down, and she was alone, and she was older, and that made me feel sad because it was the holidays. So I told the bartender, send that woman a drink on me. She's trying to spread the cheer, and I wish I didn't. This woman wanted to talk. She wasn't mean, she was nice, but she just wanted to talk about shit that, the nigga that's trying to get drunk don't want to hear about this bitch remodeling her bathroom, and I'm sitting there trying to be polite. Oh, subway tiles, word. But then she hits a lick, piqued my interest. She says, my daughter is coming home for the holidays. Oh, that's great news. I'm glad you're not gonna be alone. And then she goes on and on about how great her daughter is. I guess her daughter got a new agent, and she's out in Hollywood, she's in movies and on television and all this stuff. And as she's telling me this, I'm thinking, this woman is so sweet. She probably doesn't even know who I am or what I do for a living. Because I know what your daughter's out in Hollywood doing. And then she goes, would you like to see her picture? Oh, now I don't want to see this woman's picture, but what am I going to do? I go, okay, yeah, sure, I'd love to see the picture. And I grab the picture, and this is all I say. Oh, she's very beautiful. And as she puts the picture away, she looks mean all of a sudden, like she caught me in some kind of trap. What does that face mean? And then she goes, she's transgender. And I think to myself, oh, this bitch does know who I am. I really resented that trap because that trap doesn't let me be honest. If I was honest, I wouldn't fall for it. I just looked at the picture like, ooh, look at that big chiseled jawline, that big thick Joe Rogan neck. Is that a dude? Is your daughter a man? Can't say that shit. It's really annoying. When I see a fellow dreamer, I give them my utmost respect. Even if I don't understand what their dream is. I know a dreamer when I see one. And I've met many powerful dreamers in my life. None more powerful than a man who calls himself Little Nas X. I met this nigga at a party. I had no idea who he was. But the minute he walked in that party, I knew I was in his dream. Everybody in the party was another dreamer. Everyone was famous, but when that nigga walked in, he was dressed like C-3PO. He was shining. And everyone was like, oh my God, there he is. This one, I was like, oh. I didn't know who he was. And for some reason, out of all them dreamers, he walked right up to me. And he said, I tried to get you in my video. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I said, what? I said, what? What video? And he just looked at me like, you know what video, and walked away. And I watched him walk away. I said, man, this nigga's having a very powerful dream. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of when we was in grade school. Remember in grade school, the teacher would ask everybody what they want to be? Timmy, what do you want to be when you grow up? And Timmy acted like he had an idea. He'd stand up, he'd say, I want to be a fireman. And the teacher would say, Timmy, that is a beautiful dream. But Timmy didn't mean it. Timmy said he wanted to be a fireman because deep down, Timmy's attracted to fire. And by the time he's 14 years old, this nigga's a full-blown pyromaniac, playing with kerosene and matches like a goddamn expert. And then one night he goes downtown with his buddies, fucking around with fire, and burns a warehouse down. And he doesn't know it, but there's 13 migrant workers from El Salvador, and they're in that motherfucker. They get trapped, and then they die in the fire. Isn't that a tragedy? It was an accident. He's only 14 years old, but he's black. So they try him as an adult. And Timmy ends up spending the rest of his life in jail. Dream deferred. Burp, burp. What about you, Billy? Billy, what do you want to be when you grow up? And Billy stands up and he says, I want to be president of the United States. And the teacher says, oh my God, Billy, that is wonderful dream. And Billy means that shit. Billy does everything right. That motherfucker gets his grades up. He joins student government. He even does extracurricular activities like show choir just to make his resume look good. He's on track to be president, but junior year he wipes. When he's 16, he gets his girlfriend pregnant and has to drop out of high school to make ends meet. But lucky for him, the local Walmart's hiring. By the time he's 20 years old, this motherfucker makes assistant manager at Walmart. He's the youngest one in the district. He says, oh my God, if I can keep this up for 4 more years, I could be a manager. And if I can keep this up for 6 more years after that, I could even be a regional manager and have as many as 3 Walmarts under my control. And he's a big picture guy. He sees where this path is going, so he kills himself. Well, what about you? What do you want to be when you grow up? I don't want to say, because I don't want the other kids to laugh at me. Who cares if they laugh? Your dream is yours. Own your dream so they can come true. Say it loud and proud. What do you want to be when you grow up? Little Nas X? That nigga stood up in front of the whole class. I want to be the gayest nigga that ever lived. I want to do a music video and slide down a stripper pole all the way to the depths of hell and suck the devil's dick at 10 o'clock on BET while all the kids are awake and can see me. Shockingly, that was the only dream that worked out. That's why I'm here tonight in the city where I built the dreams that I live, because I wanted to tell you all that they came true. And I wanted to thank you all for making the man that I am today. Yes, I am living a very powerful dream. Every time I come to this city and I stand in front of you, I realize that, my God, man, this is not my dream at all. It's yours. And I am honored to be in it. Thank you very much, Washington, D.C. I'll see you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable John Legend.
Not only am I a big fan of Dave's, but I grew up in Springfield, Ohio. Yes. About 15 minutes away from where Dave lives now and spent a lot of his childhood. I know we're in D.C., and he spent a lot of time here too. But Dave is from Ohio, okay? We're claiming him. Most of the outstanding, bold-faced names from Ohio become famous after they leave Ohio. One could argue they have to leave Ohio to succeed. But amazingly, Dave still lives in the Buckeye State. He still lives in the kind of town that makes people wonder, why does Dave Chapelle live in that town? He lives in the so-called forgotten America. Dave never forgot about it. He has brought the world to Ohio. His annual musical jam sessions on a local farm are legendary. He's brought some of the greatest talents in the world together to celebrate life there, and recently, after the mass shooting in Dayton, to bring comfort after tragedy. And of course, the most iconic and unforgettable jam session that will go down in history was back in 2005. He took a group from his hometown in Ohio, including students from our local historically black university, Central State, on a bus to Brooklyn. Yes. And when they got to Brooklyn, what an amazing pop culture moment Dave created. He brought together some of the most important hip-hop and neo-soul artists in the world for an epic concert that blended Dave's comedy and his impeccable taste in music.
Comedians and musicians were like this. Every comic wants to be a musician. Every musician thinks they're funny. Your mother got 3 titties, one for milk, one for water, and the other one is out of order. Hit me! Wow! And you see, it's not even that funny, but with the hit, it just pushes it over the top. Nobody has 3 titties. That's ridiculous. All these people that are coming to this concert, before I ever met them, I was fans of theirs. So to work with these people in this kind of setting, it's a dream come true. This is the concert I've always wanted to see.
Well, if this take away from my spears, would your body take away from my ears? Then I hope it take away from my sins and bring the change that I dream about. Every time I'm everybody's screaming out, Jesus, God show me the way. The devil's trying to break me.
We shook up the world. We shook up the world!
How y'all doing? My name is Q-Tip. I am proud to be the artistic creative director of hip hop here at the Kennedy Center. I want to talk to my bro, my friend. You my brother. I love you. I've known this dude since he first started, and it was 1992 or 3, and he came on the bus, and he's like, I'm Dave Chapelle. I was like, yo, you're Dave Chapelle. I know who you are. I saw Robin Hood Men in Tights. And I'm probably the only rapper that was watching Mel Brooks back then.
I bought Dave his first suit when he did Letterman in 1995. Wow. Might have been 94. I took him to Barney's with my cousin. Wow. He was still wearing cross colors.
Now don't tense up on me. I want you guys to think I'm like an angry black guy. I am an angry black guy, but you know what I mean? I have a right to be an angry black guy, though. It's different for me. See, I don't know if you guys believe in reincarnation or not, but I have been black 4 lives in a row. I need a break.
I got up, nigga, try to fix my goddamn gown. He gonna take the glove off all seductively, one finger at a time. Won't look me in the face, give me a box of tissues, talking about wipe yourself off. Pull your drawers up. Follow me in the other room. I said, this nigga just assaulted me. I've been raped. I went and bought me a Me Too t-shirt. I went all to the meeting. I like, me too, bitch, it's me too. Y'all gonna hear what happened to me in that doctor's office. I got a story to tell. I left that doctor's office, ass just slippery. Slid all the way to the elevator. Couldn't even look another man in the face. I like, he broke me in there, he broke me in there. See the gay dude, I like, you a soldier. You could take a dick, I couldn't take a pinky. You tough, Twan, you tough. If you taking a dick every night, these ain't jokes. And black people, we done voted Trump out, but we ain't killed this motherfucker. He's still alive politically. White people believe in him right below Jesus. Oh, they believe in his ass. They just lying to good white folks. Stop the steal. They just stole the vote. Fraud. Irregularity with voting. See, black people, I don't never want y'all ever to say your votes don't count. The reason why they got all these problems, changing all the Republicans, changing all the goddamn rules for voting is because we showed the fuck up. I mean, I tell my white friends all the time, if you're gonna lie on black people, at least get a lie that's believable, nigga. You want the whole world to believe that niggas went down there and voted 2 times? We commit a lot of crimes, but we don't fuck with that paperwork. But you can't say no, you can't tell a Trump supporter nothing about Trump. Oh, yeah, not my Trump. They love motherfucking Trump. People ask me all the time, Quake, what kind of woman you looking for in your life? I said, nigga, I'm looking for a woman like a Trump supporter. No matter what she hear about me, that bitch don't believe shit. I heard he got another woman. That's fake news, baby. That's fake news. Don't listen to them hoes. They're the enemy of the state. These ain't jokes. I knew Trump was the pimp of all pimps, nigga, when he came here and sent them motherfuckers up here January the 6th. He told them motherfuckers, meet me here January the 6th. They came up there like he was Moses. Just stepping. I never seen so many RVs, pickup trucks, white women with no teeth. They was everywhere. And then he came out and talked. Did the speech. Their old motherfucking fearless leader. Right now, they're in there trying to certify the steal. You're not doing anything. They're stealing your vote. If you allow what happened in there, you're not going to have a country. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to walk down to the Capitol and stop them. I'm going to go with you, and I'm going to meet you there. Trump went home. That nigga was at the crib, just chilling. White people was going crazy, nigga. They was knocking shit over, whooping police asses, climbing all on the wall and shit. I was watching that shit on TV. All I was wishing is, ooh, I wish I was a Capitol Police working that day. If I was there, I would have been like, pat, 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 pat. What you doing? Saving democracy. Pat, 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 pat. These motherfuckers everywhere. Pat, 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 pat. You ain't gonna use your gun. Give it to me. Pat, 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 pat. Oh, there that motherfucker with that Confederate flag. Pat, 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 pat. Click, click, click. Pat, 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 pat. Oh, I would have tore their ass up. I'd have called my boy. I told you, be a security guard. Pat, 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 pat. I'm shooting Trump supporters on the clock. Pat, 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 pat. Don't punch me out. I'm gonna do overtime today. Pat, 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 pat. What's your name, boy? Christopher Addicts. Pat, 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 pat. Believe me, if I was working, they would have got off them steps. Stop the steal. Pat, pat, pat. This nigga serious. Back up, Billy Bob. Trump ain't got no cut. He ain't give a fuck. I knew he ain't had no cut when he told John McCain, you ain't no war hero. And they say, why? Because he got captured. I like soldiers that don't get caught. John McCain hated that motherfucker till the day he died. They say you don't supposed to take a grudge to your grave. John McCain like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna tell you something, if you down for Trump, against Trump, or even if you are Trump, you gotta look yourself in the mirror. You know you're a fucked up individual when a nigga don't want you at his funeral. They said John McCain's last words were like, tell that nigga not to come. They said, what about the repass? If he come in the church, I'm gonna walk out the castle. Like, damn, he blocked that nigga like Facebook. You can say what you want to say about John McCain, but that motherfucker was a war hero. I'm telling you. That motherfucker was a prisoner of war, dog. He got shot behind enemy lines fucking with them Viet Cong niggas. They fucked John up. If you want to know what John McCain went through, all you got to do is watch the first Rambo. They pulled his nails out, put bamboo in his ass. When you see John McCain, that nigga was walking like this. He couldn't even salute. How you doing? They fucked John up. But what made him a man's man? Do you know John McCain was being tortured for 5 years straight? He could have got out early because his father was an admiral. And they was going to do a prisoner swap, let him come home early because who his father was. They came down to the torture chamber and came to John McCain and said, look, we got some good news for you. You're going to be able to go home and be with your family. They released him and said, come on, John, you're going home. John McCain like, I'm not leaving. I said, what you mean? I'm not leaving unless you release all the other soldiers that's in here with me. They said, hell no, went back to whooping his ass. I was in the military. They showed us the tape. They said, this is the kind of prisoner of war you should be if you ever captured. I said, well, you might as well let me out. Because I'll never do that shit John did. Because if they come release me, I'm going to look at the rest of the soldiers like, I'll see you later. God has heard my prayer. Give me a letter, I give it to your family. But my black ass is getting on this helicopter. Somebody got to tell what these Pacquiaos done to us. And God has chose me. Won't he do it? Hey, this ain't no joke right here. I don't play with my air. Your life is the most precious thing you got. Because life is short, man. We losing some good-ass people. Shit, we lost Cicely Tyson. 96 years old. Black people talking about too soon. Who knew? I said, I knew. When she got 88, I said, ooh, you better get your paperwork in order. Who knew? I knew. When she got 89, I said, the Lord looking for you. Who knew? I knew. When she got 92, I said, soon and very soon, you are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, you are going to see the King. When she got 94, I said, don't go to church. God gonna say, when he see you there, he gonna say, since you're here, stay right here. I see some of y'all wanna laugh, fuck y'all. You wanna laugh and celebrate when they make it to 96. That's when it's time to laugh and tell jokes. It ain't funny when you die at 26. And that's our fucking problem. I pay my respects all the time. The one that broke my heart was more than anything when we lost Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. Tried to pay my respect and watch the funeral, but that funeral was so long. I kept hollering at the TV, let her go. She's supposed to be with the Lord. That funeral was so long, they turned off my cable. They said, this funeral done went through 2 billing cycles. They called me, why ain't you paying your cable bill? I said, I'm still at the funeral. Let her go. I never seen a pastor preach the whole Bible. This nigga didn't miss the scripture. I knew we were gonna be here a long time because the nigga gonna come out talking about in the beginning. I said the beginning. What do Adam and Eve gotta do with a funeral? Let her go. She's supposed to be with the Lord. CNN was there, they was bumping up, they said, come on, let's get the fuck out of here. We've been here for 3 weeks. John Lennon supposed to be on TV right now. I kept hollering at the TV, let her go. I knew it was wrong when Aretha got up and changed the dress. I'm gonna win something different in the second half of the I said the second half. Who has the halftime at a funeral? Let her go. She's supposed to be with the Lord. That funeral was so long, nigga, they held her in Detroit so long. By the time she finally did make it to the pearly gates and get into heaven, the angel came to the door and said, God, no. You supposed to be here 3 weeks ago. He touched you on the 3rd. This is 21st. I know you're the queen, but he the king. You just can't have the Lord just waiting for you to reach. This is no kind of respect. You gonna have to go to hell. That would be fucked up, dude. You dated in heaven, but you fuck around, got you engaged. You know, you look on the boy like, my name up there. Oh, shit, I made it. You see some of your boy like, damn, nigga, it ain't. Damn, man, I heard this week. How did you go? Don't you go about it? Taking your time, you got time. Get to the gate. You see him locked. You're like, hold up, nigga, I'm good. I ain't moving my foot. I'm holding in there. You just can't lock a nigga out of here. What kind of bullshit is this? They ain't say what time you had to be at the game. That's some bullshit. You be peeping in there. Ooh, it look nice in there. Ooh, having everything they say in the Bible. They don't get in. You be like, come on, man, this is bullshit. I'm on Jesus' list. Like, ooh, it's real nice in there. My mama make it. She make it in heaven. She did. You tell I'm out here. get your ass over there. Licking them, I'm sorry, man. I was so tired. I was so angry. He hating it and everything. Get your ass over there while I go find Jesus. See, can I get you in? Stand over there with the rest of them heathens. I'm so tired. You go back over there and stand on the side with everybody else that couldn't get in. Nah, I think I'm getting in. My mom been knowing Jesus her whole life. I know she got a +1. Your mama ain't get in. She didn't. Not all. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm about to get in there. I'm gonna get in. When I get in there, you want me to tell somebody you out here? You don't know nobody that made it. All the people you know, you don't know nobody you think made it. Nobody. That's fucked up. Well, here come Jesus with my mama. I'll see you later, Joel Osteen.